Digital Tree Business Marketing Mastery, 2025. The Complete Guide for Tree Service Companies by Thomas Heathcote. Chapter 1. The Turning Point. Why marketing will make or break your tree business. Let me take you back a few years. It's 2020. You've got a job board on your shop wall, some magnetic truck signs, maybe a Facebook page you updated once. But it didn't matter too much. Why? Because the phone kept ringing. Your clients called because they remembered your name. Maybe a neighbor recommended you. Maybe you had a good relationship with the local property manager or a real estate agent. Now fast forward to 2025, and the game has changed entirely. Back then, about 65% of your first customer contacts happened through phone calls. Today, that number has plummeted to just 27%. More than half of your potential clients now start by filling out a form online. And even more than that, 58% to be exact, prefer that method over picking up the phone. It's not because they don't value people anymore. It's because they value convenience. And here's what's wild. Those friendly word-of-mouth referrals, once the golden ticket, in 2020 they accounted for over half of all new business. But in 2025, just 20%. That's right. The internet, and more importantly, your presence on it, is now the single most powerful force shaping your future success. So if you're still relying on referrals and magnets, you're not just playing the wrong game, you're playing yesterday's game. Let's zoom in even further. Think about the customer. 5 years ago, they asked a neighbor who to call. Today, they grab their phone, type "tree removal near me," and scan the top 3 listings. They want to see photos, real reviews. They want to know if you're fast, responsive, insured. And they want a quote without leaving the couch. Some don't even want to meet in person until they're confident. That's why virtual consultations, once just a pandemic workaround, have become preferred. Many clients now expect a video walkthrough or at least a photo-based estimate before you even touch the driveway. And the most telling shift of all, more than 70% of potential clients now read your online reviews before they decide to reach out. That means by the time you get a message or a form submission, they've already seen your name, checked your work, and compared you to the other guys. You're not the first impression anymore. Your website is. Your Google profile is. Your reputation online is. So where does that leave you? Honestly, it leaves you with a massive opportunity if you're paying attention. Digital first doesn't mean digital only. This isn't about replacing your handshake. It's about making sure people get to that handshake in the first place. The truth is, tree care hasn't changed. Trees are still trees. What's changed is the path people take to trust you with them. And this is where many arborists fall into one of 2 traps. Trap 1, they ignore the shift completely, thinking, we'll just keep doing what's always worked, until the calls slow down, until they don't recognize the names showing up at the top of local Google searches. Trap 2, they panic and throw money at every ad agency or SEO guru that promises a quick fix. Neither of those paths leads to sustainable success. What does? Understanding this shift, owning your space online, and using digital tools to amplify what makes your business great, not change who you are. Let me put it this way. In the old world, reputation was built on time and trust. In this new world, it's built on visibility and proof. But that doesn't mean you become less real. Quite the opposite. The most successful tree companies in 2025 are the ones who show up digitally just as clearly as they do on site. They figured out how to let homeowners and property managers see the quality of their work before they ever shake hands. And that's what this guide and this audiobook is here to help you do. We'll walk through how to build a digital presence that doesn't feel fake or forced or overwhelming. We'll show you how to turn your website into your most valuable crew member, the one that works 24/7, never forgets to follow up, and makes a killer first impression every single time. You'll see how to use smart tools to respond faster, estimate better, and keep your calendar full without burning out your team. And we'll show you how to do it without losing the thing that sets you apart from all the big box contractors and jack-of-all-trade crews trying to underbid you online, your knowledge, your values, and your service. By the end of this journey, you'll understand how to compete and win in a digital-first world without needing to become a marketing expert or spend your evenings learning algorithms. You'll just be what you already are, a skilled arborist who knows how to adapt. Because let's face it, trees don't stop growing, storms don't stop coming, and clients don't stop needing help. The only question is, will they find you first? Chapter 2, The Digital Backbone, How Operations Have Evolved from Grit to Grit Plus Systems. Let me tell you a quick story. 5, maybe 10 years ago, the way most tree care companies ran their daily operations was a little scrappy. You know what I mean. Job notes scribbled on napkins, a wall calendar in the garage that was the schedule, a crew that got updates via text message if you could reach them. The system worked more or less because you made it work, through grit, hustle, and long days that turned into longer nights. But here's what's different now. In 2025, grit alone is no longer enough, because while you were climbing trees, technology was climbing into your business. Let's break this down with a few real numbers. Not as data points, but as windows into how things have changed. Scheduling jobs? Companies using modern scheduling software have seen a 35% increase in efficiency. That means more jobs per day, fewer missed appointments, and less time spent juggling calendars. Admin time, the paperwork, the billing, the chasing down payments nightmare, has dropped by nearly half for companies using automated systems. That's 47% of your week back. And here's a stat that hits the wallet directly. Companies using equipment tracking systems report a 42% improvement in how efficiently their gear gets used. No more lost gear, idle equipment, or overbuying because someone didn't check the logbook. But maybe the most powerful change of all? Estimates. Old school. Drive out, look around, scribble a number, hope you don't lose money. New school. You send a professional-looking estimate, sometimes with drone footage, annotated photos, even 3D mock-ups in under 10 minutes. Clients get it in their inbox, click approve, and boom, it's booked. The process has flipped. It's no longer about reacting to opportunities, it's about owning them. Now, some people hear this and think, so what? I need to become a software company now. Not at all. This isn't about turning your tree crew into a tech team. It's about giving your real team better tools. Because no matter how skilled your climber is, they're not going to remember every job note, every invoice, every follow-up text. And they shouldn't have to. That's where systems come in. Let's say you've got 3 crews running across the city. One's doing pruning for a daycare. Another's on a large oak removal in a tight downtown courtyard. The third's handling an emergency after a windstorm. With the right system, you know where everyone is, in real time. You see route delays before they happen. You check safety checklist completion from your phone. You send a quote, check equipment usage, and even schedule a follow-up all before lunch. This isn't fiction. This is how the leading companies in our industry actually work now. Here's what's exciting. You don't have to build this from scratch. Platforms like ArboStar, built by people who've been in your boots, bring everything together in one place. Job scheduling, crew communication, invoicing, marketing, customer reviews, even fleet tracking. It's like hiring 5 extra office staff, except you don't have to manage them or pay them overtime. And here's the twist. It's not just about making your life easier. It's about making your client's experience better too. Because today's customer wants transparency. They want to know when the crew's arriving. They want updates if things change. They want to approve work, get the invoice, and pay all without a single game of phone tag. When you deliver that, you're not just seen as a service provider, you're seen as professional, as reliable, as someone who respects their time and earns their trust. That trust becomes your advantage. It's what turns one-time jobs into lifetime clients. So no, this isn't about replacing the saw with software. It's about sharpening your edge as a business owner, as a leader, as someone who's ready to scale without breaking. Because grit is still the heart of this industry. But now grit plus systems, that's how you grow.
Want more tree care jobs without working harder? Download the Digital Tree Business Marketing Mastery 2025 ebook, the definitive guide to winning in today's digital-first world. Learn how to boost leads, streamline operations, and turn your website into a 24/7 sales machine. Built by arborists for arborists, ArboStar.com brings you the tools and insights to grow your business like never before. Click the link in the description and get your free copy now.
Chapter 3, From Invisible to Irresistible, Building a Digital Presence that Works While You Work. Let's start with a hard truth. In the eyes of your customer, if they can't find you online, you don't exist. You could be the most skilled climber in the region. You could have 20 years of experience, a pristine safety record, and a crew that operates like a well-oiled machine. But if your digital presence doesn't show that clearly and convincingly, your next client might scroll right past you and book with someone who just knows how to look the part. That's not fair, but it's the reality of 2025. So let's talk about what it really means to have a professional digital presence. Because it's not just about having a website or a Facebook page anymore. That's the minimum. Your online presence is your storefront, your sales pitch, your receptionist, and your estimator, all rolled into one. Let's start with the heart of it, your website. Now, if you're picturing a clunky desktop layout from 10 years ago, with a blurry banner and a Contact Us button that opens a Yahoo email, we've got work to do. A modern tree care website should be fast, lightning fast, because studies show if it takes more than 2 seconds to load, nearly half of your potential visitors will bounce. They'll leave, period. It needs to be mobile first. Why? Because over 75% of all tree care service searches now happen on mobile devices. That means people are looking you up while walking their property, sitting at the kitchen table, or mid-scroll on the couch. If your site isn't responsive, if they have to pinch, zoom, squint, they're gone. And when they land on your site, what do they see? Ideally, they should feel like they've found someone who knows what they're doing. Your services should be clearly laid out, not buried in drop-downs or hidden behind generic fluff. If you specialize in emergency removals, that should be obvious. If you do deep root fertilization or crane-assisted takedowns, say it. But more than that, they should see it. Real photos, your crew, your gear, real trees, not just stock images or cheesy man with chainsaw photos from the internet, because visual trust is built in the first 3 seconds. Let me give you an example. There was a company in Ontario, family-run, excellent crew, loyal customer base, but their website was stuck in 2012. One of those sites with small gray text, outdated photos, and a contact form that didn't work on mobile. They were losing business, not because of their work, but because their image couldn't keep up. We worked with them to build a clean, fast-loading site. We added an instant quote form, uploaded before and after photos of recent jobs, embedded a few short drone videos, and connected their reviews right to the homepage. Within 3 months, their online bookings tripled. All because the website finally told the same story their work always had. But your website is just one part of the picture. Let's not forget your Google business profile, your secret weapon, if you know how to use it. It's often the first thing people see when they search tree removal near me. It's your business card, your reviews, your phone number, your photos, your hours, all in one tight little box. And it's powerful. Companies that actively update their Google profile with photos, reviews, and posts show up higher in the map pack. They get more clicks, more calls, more trust. It's not about gaming the system. It's about showing you're active and credible. Because if someone sees you haven't posted in a year, or you've got 3 reviews and 1 is a complaint from 2021, they'll keep scrolling. But if they see a photo from yesterday, 5-star ratings with detailed comments, and someone from your team responding quickly, they're calling. You just became the top choice. Now I know what you might be thinking. This sounds like a lot of work, but here's the thing. It's not about doing more. It's about doing the right things. Set up the right website once, and it works for you 24/7. Optimize your Google profile, and it does half your marketing for you. And soon, customers are coming in already sold. Not price shopping, not suspicious, but confident that you're the one they want. That's the power of a real digital presence. It doesn't just make you visible, it makes you irresistible. Chapter 4. Don't just sell, tell. The power of storytelling and content in tree care marketing. Let's begin with a simple idea. Your customer doesn't care about trees as much as you do. Harsh? Maybe. True. Absolutely. Most homeowners don't lie awake thinking about soil compaction, pruning angles, or cambium layers, but they do worry about their kids playing under a leaning branch. They care about keeping their property safe after a storm. They care about what a dead tree might do to their roof or their insurance premium. And that's where content becomes your silent salesman, but not the pushy kind, the helpful kind, the trustworthy kind, the kind that answers the questions they didn't even know they had. Now, I'm not talking about content for the sake of content. This isn't about writing blog posts just to fill space on your website. This is about real, useful storytelling that connects what you know to what they need. For example, instead of writing a blog titled Benefits of Tree Pruning, tell a story. Tell them about the massive branch that broke off a maple during a snowstorm and barely missed a homeowner's deck. Walk them through how proper winter pruning could have prevented it. Help them feel the risk, and then offer the solution. That's how you turn technical knowledge into emotional relevance. Or maybe it's a short video, not a Hollywood production, just you or your crew walking through a job, pointing out what you're doing and why. See this root flare? It's buried. That's why the tree's struggling. We're going to fix it today. Simple, real, valuable, because education builds trust, and trust builds clients. Here's something else we've learned from the top-performing tree companies. Content doesn't just attract attention, it filters for the right kind of client. When you share knowledge, whether it's through blog posts, videos, or even infographics, you stop attracting price shoppers. You start drawing in people who understand value. They're not just hiring a guy with a chainsaw. They're hiring a professional who knows how to protect their property, their trees, and their peace of mind. And the best part? You already have the content. It's in your stories. Every emergency call you've answered, every homeowner you've reassured, every creative solution you've come up with in a tight backyard or next to a fragile foundation. Turn those moments into content, not to brag, not to sell, but to teach, to explain, to connect. Because when someone reads a case study of how you helped a local family save their favorite tree, or watches a quick reel of your crew safely removing a cracked ash between two homes, they're not just impressed, they're invested. They think, that's who I want helping me. Let's talk format for a minute. There are 5 kinds of content that every tree care business should be using right now. First, educational blogs. These help you rank on Google and answer real client questions. Think how to tell if your tree is dying or why winter is the best time to prune. Second, video tutorials and walkthroughs. These don't have to be fancy, just real. Show them the tools. Show them the process. Explain what most companies don't do that you do. Third, seasonal guides. Help them plan. In spring, talk about planting, trimming, or soil prep. In summer, pest prevention. In fall, cleanup and storm prep. In winter, dormant pruning and structural checks. Fourth, infographics. These are great for social media. Simple visuals that explain concepts like root health, branch weight distribution, or pest cycles. And fifth, case studies and success stories. These show your expertise in action, not as claims but as proof. This isn't about becoming a full-time content creator. It's about documenting what you're already doing and putting it into formats your clients can find, understand, and trust. Because when someone feels like they've learned something from you, they remember you. And when the storm hits or the neighbor's tree cracks, they're not going back to Google. They're going to call you. Chapter 5, From Likes to Loyalty, Using Social Media to Build Trust, Reach, and Revenue. Now let's talk about a tool you either love or love to avoid, social media. Maybe you've already dipped your toe in, posted a few job photos here and there, shared a snow-covered pine, or a wild before and after. But if you're like most arborists, you've probably wondered, is this even worth it? The answer? Only if you do it right. Social media today isn't just for influencers, teenagers, or viral dance trends. In the tree care world, it's your public voice. It's where your clients see you, learn from you, and start to trust you before you ever climb their trees. In fact, for many property owners, your Facebook or Instagram profile is your new business card. It's how they verify you're legit. It's where they look for signs that you're local, active, and real. And here's where it gets powerful, if you use it smart. Let's imagine you're running a crew in Toronto. You post a reel of your team roping down a heavy limb over a client's roof, slow motion shot of the branch landing safely. The caption explains why this specific cut was critical and how many homeowners make the mistake of waiting too long. That post gets shared. Maybe someone tags a neighbor. Now two people are thinking about a job they hadn't planned on yet. That's how it starts. And when you do this consistently with real content, not fluff, you don't just build a feed, you build trust at scale. So let's break down the platforms because each one works a little differently. Instagram is your visual stage. High impact before and after shots, short videos, and reels work beautifully here. Think tree removals, cleanup time lapses, or stump grinding satisfaction. Behind the scenes crew clips also do great. People love seeing real humans behind a service. Use your story highlights to showcase services, safety practices, and client testimonials. Facebook is your local community tool. It's where you build relationships. Post educational content, storm prep tips, seasonal alerts, or did you know posts about common tree issues. Promote your involvement in local events and use Facebook reviews. Actively, ask happy clients to post them. Respond to each one like it matters because it does. That feedback is gold. YouTube is your library. This is where your bigger pieces live. Job walkthroughs, equipment explainers, and educational videos. Want to show clients what goes into a crane-assisted removal or how root decay looks up close? Do it here. YouTube builds long-term authority. LinkedIn is for your commercial clients, property managers, facilities directors, municipal buyers. Here, post thought leadership content. Talk about project ROI, environmental impact, or your safety training protocols. It's where trust is built through professionalism. TikTok? Surprisingly useful. Tree removals are visually gripping. Quick cuts of powerful saw work, clever myth-busting clips. No, mulch volcanoes don't help your tree. And real-time reactions. These grab attention and humanize your brand. Younger homeowners and digital natives are watching. Now here's what most companies miss. You don't need to be on every platform. In fact, that's a recipe for burnout. Pick 2, maybe 3. Start with where your clients are. If your customers are homeowners in local neighborhoods, Facebook and Instagram. If you're targeting commercial jobs, add LinkedIn. Then post with purpose. Don't post because you feel like you have to. Post to solve problems, to answer questions, to show your work. That's what gets remembered. That's what gets shared. That's what brings leads. And yes, that's what builds loyalty. Let's talk consistency. The most effective tree companies follow a rhythm. Not 20 posts a week, just a steady beat. Maybe it's 3 posts a week. Monday, a safety tip. Wednesday, a recent project. Friday, a team spotlight or a helpful myth buster. Simple, repeatable, effective. And with scheduling tools like Buffer or Hootsuite, you don't even have to post in real time. Set it and forget it, then get back to the field. But here's the real secret. Engage. Respond to comments. Answer DMS. Jump into local groups and offer advice. Not a pitch, just your expertise. Because when people see that you're responsive, that you care, that you're active, they remember. And when the wind knocks that tree sideways next month, you're the first name that comes to mind. Social media isn't about going viral. It's about being visible, being present, and showing day after day that you're not just a service. You're part of the community.
Want more tree care jobs without working harder? Download the Digital Tree Business Marketing Mastery 2025 ebook, the definitive guide to winning in today's digital-first world. Learn how to boost leads, streamline operations, and turn your website into a 24/7 sales machine. Built by arborists for arborists, ArboStar.com brings you the tools and insights to grow your business like never before. Click the link in the description and get your free copy now.
Chapter 6, Turning Clicks into Clients. How to generate leads and close more tree care jobs. By now, you've built your presence. You've shown the world who you are, what you do, and why it matters. Your website is sharp. Your socials are active. People are seeing your name and nodding with trust. But here's the question that separates busy from booked. What happens after someone clicks? Because let's be clear, visibility is only step one. The real success? It comes when that attention turns into action. When someone fills out your form, replies to your message, asks for a quote, and most importantly, books the job. Welcome to the world of lead generation and conversion. This is where marketing becomes money. So how does it work in the tree care world? Let's start with what your ideal lead journey looks like. From the moment someone finds you to the moment your crew rolls up their driveway. It begins with discovery, maybe through a Google search, a Facebook post, or a referral who double-checks your profile online. Next, they visit your website, and here's where most companies drop the ball. Because if that website doesn't have clear, easy ways to take the next step, the lead dies right there. You need frictionless conversion paths. Sounds technical, but it's simple. Your homepage should greet visitors with a warm, direct call to action. Need fast, professional tree care? Get your quote today, followed by a simple, mobile-friendly form. Not a 12-question interrogation. Name, email, address, brief description of the issue. Done. Bonus points if the form responds with something like, "Thanks, we'll be in touch within the hour." Because speed matters. Studies show that leads contacted within an hour are 7 times more likely to convert. 7 times. Once that form is filled, the clock starts ticking. The best tree care companies in 2025 use automated lead tracking systems, tools like ArboStar, to capture that contact info instantly, assign it to a sales rep or owner, and kick off an automatic follow-up sequence. That might be a thank you email, a text, even an option to schedule a time for a virtual consultation or in-person estimate. Right then and there. Because when a homeowner is ready to book, you don't want to give them time to change their mind. And here's where it gets really powerful. Nurturing. Not everyone who visits your site is ready to hire today. That doesn't mean they're a dead lead. It means they need to be guided, not ignored. Enter email marketing. This is your low-effort, high-trust follow-up channel. Let's say someone visits your site and downloads your free spring pruning checklist. You now have their email. Instead of blasting them with buy now and messages, you gently follow up. First email. Thanks for downloading our spring checklist. Here's what to watch out for next week. Next week, how to spot storm damage early and what to do about it. Then maybe a special offer. 20% off inspections for newsletter subscribers. Book by Friday. You've kept the lead warm, engaged, and reminded them that you are the expert. That's how companies are converting casual visitors into booked clients months later, without lifting a finger after setup. Now let's talk about the sales moment, when someone does reach out and wants to move forward. This is your time to shine, not with jargon, not with pressure, with clarity. Explain the scope. Give a clear professional estimate, ideally through a branded digital quote system. Show visuals if possible. Use diagrams or photos. Break down pricing just enough to show value, not overwhelm. Then, make it easy to say yes. Offer e-signatures, mobile payments, online scheduling. The fewer steps between "I'm interested" and "let's do this," the higher your conversion rate. And remember, after the job is done, don't let that relationship end. Send a follow-up. Ask for a review. Offer a discount for referrals. That one client, they're now a walking, talking marketing engine if you give them the tools. Lead generation isn't about chasing people. It's about setting up systems so the right people come to you, and so they stick around. This chapter, more than any other, is what keeps your business growing steadily. Because jobs come and go, but leads are the lifeblood of tomorrow. Chapter 7. Smarter, not harder. Scaling with automation, analytics, and advanced marketing. You've built the foundation. You've got leads flowing in, clients booking jobs, and crews heading out each morning with full calendars. So here's the next big question. How do you grow this thing without losing your mind? Because the truth is, growth isn't just about getting more jobs. It's about handling them better, smarter, with less chaos, less, did we send that estimate? And more, yep, already scheduled, already confirmed. And that's where automation and analytics come in. Let's start with automation. This isn't about turning your company into a robot. It's about making sure the repetitive stuff gets done every time without relying on memory, sticky notes, or 10 different apps. Imagine this. A lead fills out your website form. Instantly, they get a thank you email. Your system logs the inquiry, tags the service type, and adds them to your new leads pipeline. If they don't respond in 24 hours, they get a polite follow-up email. And if they do respond, they get a link to schedule their estimate at a time that works for them. No back and forth. Once booked, they get a confirmation email, and your crew sees the job in their mobile app, complete with address, notes, and customer history. All this, it's not theoretical. This is what platforms like ArboStar are doing right now for tree care companies. It's like giving your business a second brain. Now let's talk analytics, because growth without clarity is dangerous. Wouldn't it be nice to know, really know, which marketing efforts are actually working? With the right analytics, you don't guess. You know where your best leads come from. You see which Facebook ad actually led to a $3,000 job and which one just racked up likes from people outside your service area. You can see your conversion rate, how many people who filled out your form actually booked. You can see what your average job value is and how long it takes to close. That's power, that's control, and it lets you do more of what works and cut what doesn't. Let's say you discover that 60% of your most profitable jobs come from clients who first engage with your educational videos. That means every new piece of content should be structured to nurture, not just advertise. Or you learn that your average quote takes 3 days to send, but companies using automated estimating tools cut that down to 1 hour and close twice as many jobs. Suddenly, that investment in speed doesn't feel like a cost. It feels like a no-brainer. Now, what about your crew efficiency? Digital tracking can show you when a truck is idling too long or if one crew consistently finishes early. It can alert you when equipment hasn't been serviced or when fuel costs are spiking. These insights don't just save time, they save money month after month. And when you have this kind of data, you stop operating in the dark. You become proactive, strategic, unstoppable. Let's not forget marketing automation either. Email newsletters that go out automatically each season, reminding clients it's time to prune, inspect, or protect their trees. Follow-up requests for reviews, sent right after a job is completed. Re-engagement messages to leads who went cold, with a special discount to bring them back. And here's the kicker. All of this happens without you lifting a finger after setup. You focus on growing, the system handles the routine. Now I want you to imagine this for a moment. A system where your office manager no longer has to chase down invoices, where your new hires get trained faster because the app walks them through every step of the job, where your clients feel like you're always one step ahead because your process is seamless. That's not just growth, that's scale. And it doesn't come from hiring more people. It comes from setting up better systems. So if you're serious about building a business that lasts, that grows past you, and that frees you up to focus on what matters, then automation and analytics aren't optional. They're essential.
Want more tree care jobs without working harder? Download the Digital Tree Business Marketing Mastery 2025 ebook, the definitive guide to winning in today's digital-first world. Learn how to boost leads, streamline operations, and turn your website into a 24/7 sales machine. Built by arborists for arborists, ArboStar.com brings you the tools and insights to grow your business like never before. Click the link in the description and get your free copy now.
Chapter 8, Beyond the Algorithm, Growing Through Partnerships, Events, and Influence. We've talked about digital presence, about systems, automation, social media, SEO. But now let's talk about something even older than marketing itself, Something that predates the internet, predates software, and yet still drives some of the biggest growth in the tree care industry today. Relationships, strategic ones, because in 2025, you don't just grow by being seen, you grow by being trusted. And one of the fastest, most powerful ways to build that trust, let someone else do it for you. Not just anyone, someone your audience already knows. Let's start with influencers. Now, before you picture YouTubers with ring lights or TikTokers dancing with chainsaws, let's clarify something. In the world of arboriculture, influencers look very different. They're the popular garden blogger who shares tips on native plants. They're the local real estate agent who walks buyers through yard care. They're the sustainability advocate who hosts cleanup events in city parks. They're even the Instagram-savvy homeowner who just posted a video of you removing a leaning spruce and tagged your business in front of 5,000 followers. These people, they already have the trust of your community. So when they say this company knows what they're doing, their audience listens. That's influence, and it's powerful. Now you might ask, where do I even find these people? Easy. Platforms like Upfluence, Aspire IQ, or even just local Facebook and Instagram searches can help you discover content creators in your city or region. But honestly, sometimes it starts even simpler. Follow local accounts, engage with their posts, share their content, comment thoughtfully, not as a pitch, as a partner. Then reach out with a message that sounds like this. Hey, we love the work you're doing educating homeowners on garden sustainability. We're a local tree care company focused on protecting urban forests. We'd love to collaborate on a content series about preserving mature trees. Interested? You're not begging for a shout out. You're offering value. And that's what makes partnerships stick. But it's not just about digital creators. Some of the most effective partnerships in this industry happen in real life. Tree care companies are teaming up with local landscaping companies for bundled seasonal packages, home builders and realtors to assess property value and curb appeal, environmental nonprofits to help plant and preserve trees in underserved communities, municipal leaders who need reliable partners for storm cleanup and city maintenance, property managers who handle dozens of properties and hate calling around for quotes. When you build these relationships and nurture them, you become the first call, not the last resort. And if you think one commercial client isn't a big deal, think again. One relationship with a regional property manager can mean dozens of jobs, consistent revenue, and referrals that flow without ads. Then there's the power of events. 3 industry expos, local green festivals, Arbor Day cleanups, fall fairs, home and garden shows, and of course, climbing competitions and I Say events. Don't just attend, show up, bring your team, sponsor a booth, host a demo. You don't need the biggest banner or the flashiest swag. What you need is a clear message. We're local, we're experienced, and we care. Bring a drone video on a screen, show your latest job photos, offer quick consults, run a Name That Tree contest, have your crew there in uniform, ready to answer questions. Because nothing beats face-to-face credibility backed by digital presence. You shake a hand at a local event. They check your reviews later. You do a demo at a community fair. They send your Instagram to a neighbor the next week. This is where offline and online meet and multiply your impact. Here's the golden rule. Be known for helping, not just cutting, not just selling. Helping. Share knowledge freely. Partner generously. Show up with pride. Because the more people know why you care about trees, the more they'll care about you. Chapter 9. Planting for the Future. Building a tree care brand that lasts. Let's pause for a moment. You've come a long way, from building your digital presence, to running smarter operations, to engaging with your community. You're no longer guessing how to grow your business. You're doing it with intention. But now comes the bigger question, the one that separates hustling businesses from legacy brands. What are you building? Not just this month, not even this year, but over the next 5, 10, 20 years. Because great arborists know something most entrepreneurs forget. Growth without depth is dangerous. The strongest trees don't just shoot up, they send their roots deep. And if you want a business that weathers storms, adapts to new markets, and continues long after you stop climbing trees yourself, then it's time to think about more than just marketing. It's time to think about brand. Let's clear something up. Your brand isn't your logo. It's not your website color palette. It's not even your catchy tagline. Your brand is how people feel when they think of you. It's the trust they associate with your name. It's the memory of how you handled their emergency removal at 6 a.m. or the way your crew left their yard cleaner than before you arrived. It's the dozens of quiet interactions, comments replied to, questions answered, neighbors helped, that add up to a reputation. And reputation in this industry is marketing. So how do you build a brand that lasts? You start with consistency. Every job should deliver on your promises. Every email should match your tone. Every piece of content, every quote, every interaction should reinforce one thing, that you're a company worth trusting. And you take that consistency and pair it with values. What do you stand for? Is it safety, urban sustainability, family-owned reliability, fast response in high-risk situations? Define it. Say it out loud. Then live it in your hiring, in your community engagement, in the way you price your work and train your team. Because companies that last, they don't just sell tree services, they represent something. Now let's talk legacy. Maybe you want to scale, open a second location, expand across the province. Or maybe your dream is to build a business strong enough to pass to your kids, or sell one day for real value. In either case, it's not about how many jobs you land this week. It's about how resilient your systems are, how strong your referral base is, how easily your operation can run without you in every seat. That's why brand matters. A trusted name increases your company's value. It attracts better clients, better team members, better partners. And when the day comes that you want to step back or step up, your brand becomes the proof that this wasn't just a hustle. It was a business, a legacy. So here's the honest truth, arborist to arborist. You already know how to handle the hard jobs. You've braved storms, climbed heights, solved messy, dangerous problems that most people wouldn't dare touch. This marketing journey, it's not harder than that. It just takes different muscles. It takes strategy. It takes consistency. It takes systems. But most of all, it takes care. Care for your business. Care for your future. Care for the people and the communities you serve. So what now? Now you take what you've learned here and do something with it. Maybe you revamp your website. Maybe you start posting once a week. Maybe you schedule a demo with a platform like ArboStar and finally ditch the paperwork. Whatever it is, take the first step. Not tomorrow, today. Because your next customer, they're out there right now searching, scrolling, deciding. Will they find you? Will they trust you? Will they choose you? That part's up to you. Before we wrap up, there's one more thing we need to talk about. Because if you've listened this far, you're not just curious about growth, you're committed to it. And that's exactly why we want to introduce you to ArboStar, the all-in-one arborist software built specifically for tree care professionals like you. ArboStar isn't just a digital tool, it's a full business operating system, developed by arborists for arborists to help you streamline your work, improve team coordination, and grow your company with less stress and more clarity. Imagine having one platform that handles your scheduling, estimating, invoicing, GPS crew tracking, employee management, and even tree mapping, all in one place, accessible from anywhere. No more jumping between apps, no more forgotten follow-ups, no more manual guesswork. Whether you're managing one crew or 10, ArboStar keeps everything organized and moving. You can assign jobs, track equipment, view live job maps, and send branded estimates. Fast. And with customizable modules, the system adapts to your unique workflow. And here's the best part. You don't need to be tech-savvy to get started. When you join ArboStar, you're paired with a dedicated implementation manager who sets everything up with you, step by step. No extra charge. Because we're not here to sell you software. We're here to help arborists like you build sustainable, profitable, respected businesses that stand the test of time. So if you're ready to take everything you've learned from this audiobook and put it into action, visit arbostar.com. The trees will keep growing. The industry will keep evolving. Make sure your business does too with ArboStar. This has been Digital Tree Business Marketing Mastery 2025, your field guide for growing a modern, resilient, and profitable tree care business. To go deeper, don't forget, you can download the complete guide as a PDF from the description of this audiobook. Read it, share it, highlight it, build on it, and remember, you're not just planting trees, you're building something that stands tall for years, for decades, for the next generation of arborists. Until then, climb safe, stay sharp, and grow boldly.